guys, welcome back to another Q&A with Val Nek, myself, and the Galactic Federation. So yeah, I hope that you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are going through it. And there's a saying, I think I've used this before, but it's the best of times, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, right? And I think that describes everything perfectly. And there's also another saying, it's always darkest before dawn, right? And so, I gave a message with Val Nek a few days ago to talk about what's going on the planet from a spiritual level. Everything happens really on a spiritual level. But basically, a lot of light is coming into the planet. Who's bringing the light? We are the light. And the darkness and the density is coming to the surface to be healed, transmuted, and transformed. And it's not a comfortable experience. This is why people don't go down the spiritual path, is because it's really uncomfortable. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing that all of this is happening. It's the dark night of the soul. Everything that you built your life on, right, which is basically the ego, is power, sex, greed, control, right? It crumbles once you start to come from the heart, once you start to raise your frequency. And that's what's happening on a collective level, on a planetary level. And things in different realms, not even in 5D, beyond 5D, manifest really quickly, like this, okay? And part of the reason, and it doesn't happen like that here, part of the benefit of incarnating here is things happen really slowly, and the benefit of that is so that we can watch them happen and understand why it's happening so it can be healed, transmuted, and transformed, right? So it's not that there's one shift, it's not that there's one event, it's a series of events that we're watching unfold, and it's like watching a movie that will open the door for a better future, a better life for everyone. And when it happens, right, when the good times are here, you won't need me to tell you. Although we can celebrate, we can celebrate together, but you won't need to be like, wow, maybe I should check Megan's YouTube channel or so-and-so's YouTube channel just to see, to make sure everything is, great. No, don't worry, we'll know. It's kind of like, when you're a kid and you're on a long road trip with your parents and you ask them, are we there yet? And they say, when we're there, you'll know. It's like that. So I can hear Val Nek say, he says, tell them we are waving. They have our greatest respect. There's a few people hearing the interaction up there. So the first question, so I'll go ahead and get to the first question. And also, I'll be your guys' cheerleader. I'll be my own cheerleader, is that we can do this. It's going great. It's going fabulous. When I'm riding, this is funny, but when I'm riding Ruffin or any horse really, and I start to feel things go south, I'm like, no, this is great. Everything is great. That could be a form of denial, but I really mean it for us. So the first question is, Val Nek, I can hear him say, I'm ready. When the Galactic Federation wants, and with our permission, do they have the capability to respectively perceive the viewers of Megan's video one by one? So can we then wave at them right now while watching, and they will see that and they can, in a way, wave back. So we can have our cool little contact moment for each of us. Val Nek says, some of you we watch individually, others we watch as a group. He is thinking. He is showing me, he's bringing up the Starseed Envoy program. He says, I will show you. He's showing me a room, and it's people who are like scientists, technology scientists in a way, He says at the station, he says, we watch the internet of Terra. We do not watch them individually, the viewers. He's bringing up the Starseed Envoy program. He's showing me different people, like all over the planet, but specifically in the United States. He's saying these people, these are our people, they are tracked. We watch them for safety. We give them privacy. It is not for fun, it is for safety. He's bringing me back to the room of, I'm laughing and he is laughing. I've always known this to be true. I've just never, I don't think I've ever said this. This is hilarious. But he's showing me, these people, okay, and they're scientists, and they actually report to the, he's showing me, Val Nek's supervisor. They report to Val Nek's supervisor. We monitor the internet of Terra. We monitor your groups. And he's showing me different communities. He's showing me the UFO community. He's showing me the spiritual community. He's showing me political groups. He's saying we watch them all. We have it all. And he's winking. He says there are no secrets up here. We know everything. And he's joking, but he's not joking. They do. He says we watch them in this way. Can you expand more on who would watch the envoys or who would watch the starseeds from the Starseed program? He's saying the best of the best, the bravest of the brave. He's showing me his supervisor. He says he is the leader of the program. It is not myself. I will speak for him. I will speak to Megan for him. He's just letting me kind of read his mind and get the concept of it. It's easier sometimes if he shows me while I'm doing these videos. So, okay, he's showing me his supervisor, and then there's other extraterrestrials from different races surrounding him. They use our technology, they monitor our people. And they are speaking. They're talking about the connection of the heart. He says this is the most important aspect of the Envoy program, the connection via the heart. This is how you tune in with us. This is how you communicate with us. You communicate through the heart. This is what we have to say. Okay. Recently, President Putin announced a new space station to replace the ISS. Since it is being decommissioned, is the Federation working with the Russian Space Agency? He says, I have said this before, we are not working with them at this time. We have met with their leaders. We have met with President Putin. He knows our stipulations. He knows our rules. There are requirements to work with the Federation. To use our technology, he has to abide by our set of laws. He has not agreed to this yet. We are working with him. He's showing me planet Earth. One military united to protect Terra. This is our goal. So in other words, all of the countries, the goal of the United States and the goal of the Federation is to basically get all of these countries to agree to work together so that they can protect and defend the planet as one military against extraterrestrial invaders. So it doesn't really work when there's competing. It doesn't make sense. Only through the illusion of the ego. It doesn't make sense that there's competing space agencies for if you want to protect your planet against extraterrestrial invaders. So Val Nek says this is a process. It takes some time. Please be patient. He's showing me President Putin, President Trump. There are others like the Chinese. They are working together on the ground. There are many wars your people are going through. Wars take time to resolve. This is part of the plan. We have a plan. And he's referencing the US Navy is also working on the ground to get everyone to basically, he's showing me, Val Nek is showing me a house of cards, and then there's one card left, and then he's winking. So that's a metaphor. He says there is a card, there are many cards. We have what we need. We will all work together. There is a plan. So he's also reminding me of the Artemis Accords, and this is NASA's thing, is all of these countries are basically agreeing to explore the Earth, the Moon, Mars peacefully together, and the two space agencies that haven't agreed are Russia and China. So we'll know, it will be public information when these guys agree. Val Nek says it will take time. Please be patient. And he's showing me the news. Oh, he's bringing up Joe Biden. He's showing me Joe Biden. He says there will be a change of power. It is part of our plan. This is one of the steps. Please remind your people. Yeah, and also from my perspective, it doesn't make sense when we talk about, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Like, let's just use a big example of like the Federation coming and landing and, you know, woo, surprise, we're here. It doesn't make sense that they would do that while Joe Biden is president, you know? And I say that in quotes. And there's a lot of, I don't think that my channel is the only channel that people can gather information from. You know, like independent sources, there's tons of information online that you can just gather information of what's going on politically, right? And I'm not really, I like to follow some politics, but I don't post it all on my page. And, you know, the information's out there for everyone to find. Val Nek says a good question. The next question, let me get a drink of water first. Someone says, hi, Megan and Val Nek, love these interactions. Is the Galactic Federation of Worlds technology safe for its people? It's not dangerous like the EMF radiation from our technology down here. Will our future technology be safe for us then, and will it be consistent and reliable? He says, yes, this is correct. And I can feel what it's like from Val Nek, from them. I can feel, I know what it is up there, and it feels, everything is in alignment with your body frequency. So if you actually stay in your body, like if you let your aura expand, you can sometimes feel like sort of interference, or it can feel, it kind of makes your body cringe a little bit. So I know what this viewer is talking about, and the technology of the Federation is not like that at all. It actually lifts your vibration, and it lifts your frequency, and it helps you stay attuned to a higher frequency. And it doesn't bring your brain waves down to a lower level. That's also the problem with our technology, is it's not necessarily a kind of a negative frequency, but it's kind of irritating to the brain. And then, you know, the brain's irritated, and then you can see that in people's behavior. But the Federation's technology is completely different. He says it will be like this. It will be like ours for planet Terra in the future. He says far into the future. But when he says that, he means like more than a few years. Okay, this is another good question. Is Trump the Antichrist? He says this does not make sense. Donald J. Trump, he is a person. He is a man. He is not a god. He is not a lord. He is just a man. I do not understand. Yeah, so Val Nek doesn't really understand why we would ask this, so I can so the answer is no, but when you talk about the Antichrist, this is part of our religious perceptions or our perceptions of spirituality here. So there's Christ, there's the idea that there's Christ and that there's Antichrist, right? And so a lot of times we think we've been led to believe, and maybe this is true, what do I know, but that the devil is actually a real person in physical form, and so therefore the Antichrist is returning in physical form. And then there's Christ, Jesus Christ maybe, and he's going to return in physical form. And why would anyone need to return in physical form? Because energy is energy, right? And once you leave the body and transcend this plane, then that's it. That incarnation is done, right? And so, but the Antichrist, there's the Antichrist energy, or there's the idea of this Antichrist energy, which is basically putting all of the energy outside of yourself and worshiping a god. So there's an idol that is siphoning your energy, that is taking your energy, and you're giving your energy away to an idol or to a god. And the message of Jesus Christ or Christ consciousness is that we are all one. We are all part of the same source. And so we are brothers and sisters in Christ. We are friends. We stand beside him. So we are all equal. We are all unconditional love. We are all part of source. And so why would source or another creator or a god worship another god or another creator? It doesn't make sense. You don't need to. It's a perception of the ego. So really, to me, the Antichrist energy is basically all of these egotistical, dense perceptions. So yeah, that's what I think. Val Nek is speaking from his perspective. He says, we do not work with gods, we work with people, real people, and he's underlining this. Yeah, so they don't work necessarily when they're doing like political deals or working with our governments. They're actually meeting with real people. They're not meeting with like angels or anything like that. Not that those things don't exist, but a real person, a physical body needs to be present. So the next question is, I found this interesting. So recently it became public that OpenAI has a project called Q star, which is a math equation to program AI. Is this the same math equation that the timeline technology uses? I don't know why he's laughing. This is not correct. This is not the case. This technology is a secret. It is classified. We do not disclose. It would be very dangerous. He's showing me a chessboard, and he's saying we do not disclose our operations. We do not disclose our ways. This is not public information. Okay, it's interesting though that they called it Q star, but I guess it's not the case. So Elon Musk says the purpose of his AI is to understand the nature of the universe. Is the Federation involved with developing an AI system on Terra that benefits humanity, that is programmed in a way to help us and not hurt us? Val Nek is showing me the Federation technology. And he's showing him and he's showing other members of the Federation looking at screens, but they're kind of holographic. This is obviously, he says, in 5D. And they are connecting with the technology, but it's connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect. And he's showing me this holographic system. And even on their ships, like there's the control panel if you're sitting in the pilot's chair, and then the control panel, it's like holographic. He says, this is our artificial intelligence, our artificial consciousness. We use it, we like it, we use it very well. It is quick and efficient. It is programmed to help us. We do math like your people do. He's saying math of the Federation. Different calculations, different frequencies. Your people do not have it. They need it. He's showing me Elon Musk, and he's showing me members of the Federation. He's saying we have met with him before. This is correct. We are developing AI for the people of Terra. It is for your safety. It is for the benefit of all. And he's showing me, he's talking about the future of X. He says the future of the internet. It has to be compatible with our systems. The AI has to be safe for us to interact. It is a requirement of the Federation. I'm just reading his mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, but he's saying that he's letting me download a concept, but basically he's talking about Space Force, and he's showing me the pilot ships, and he's showing me the technology inside the ships. There is AI inside the ships. It is our technology. This is part of our agreements. The best of the best. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay, the next question is fun. What is your favorite animal that Megan has? What is your favorite horse that she rides, if there is one? He says, I like the white one. He is very safe. He is what she calls a good boy. He has never hurt her. She will show you. She loves to talk about them. So he's talking about Mozart. Mozart he looks white, but equestrians would call him gray. And he is very reliable, and he's very bomb-proof, and he's great at cross-country and jumping. I love riding him. I haven't ridden him in a while, but, I'll post a picture of him on Telegram. I like him very much. He is very good. He has my respect. Yeah, Mozart is bomb-proof. Ruffin is the bomb. So, and is there a favorite? Because I have a lot of animals. Do you have a favorite animal of mine, Val Nek, that isn't a horse? I like her dog. He is very old. He cannot walk. She helps him all the time. He has to be carried. He gets very sick. Yeah, this is my little, so that's my little Rex. Rex is my first dog, and Rex is 11, and his hips don't work anymore, so I do carry him everywhere, but he's only 20 pounds, so it's okay. If he was an older, like a bigger dog, I'd probably have to put him down, but I can carry him outside to go to the bathroom and stuff, and he is sick. He has a lot of health problems, but I don't think it's time to put him down yet, but he is very loyal. He helps her all the time. He is emotional support. I respect him. He's underlining that in my head. Yeah, he's a good boy. Okay. Let me get another drink. Can you explain again how the Federation uses androids? Are they controlled via AI? Can Terrans safely have androids, or can they be programmed to hurt us? I can confirm this will not be allowed. He's talking about Space Force. They have the capability, like us, to use these in the future. They will be safe. It is our technology. He's showing me the control room on the Federation station again, and it's like there's these computer interfaces, and it's a big screen, and it's like watching all of there's a real person, a real man from the Federation watching all of these androids interact. It's like they're at different doorways, they're at different like portal systems, and they monitor things. It's actually interesting. They actually monitor frequencies that are being emitted from people. So they actually, it's not necessarily to control the soldiers. It's not to control the soldiers of the Federation, but if someone, I'm being shown a hangar, right? And if there's if a soldier gets an alert to go do something like an emergency, then the frequency that their body emits, the android picks up on, and it can be seen and felt, and it's notified through the system, the control panel system at the station. He's saying this is correct. They monitor us. They monitor everything. We can turn them off. It is for safety. It is efficient. He is reminding me that they don't have robots or androids that can drive ships. So one of the reasons why they use androids is so that they can do monitor and do other things, and you can have more actual bodies flying ships and doing things that the androids wouldn't be trusted or are not trained or literally cannot do. He says, yes, this is correct. And the next question, what kind of training and practice do you do on a regular basis for fighting and protecting as a soldier? He says, I can speak for the pilots. We have simulations. There are different levels of training. He's saying beginner, intermediate, advanced, even beyond that. There are different levels of training for each officer they have to complete in order to move up in rank. This is a process. He's showing me a room. He says training station. And he's showing me a pilot, a younger guy, passing flight tests. This is a requirement, part of his duties. They are very good. We have very good soldiers. The best of the best. Yeah, I'm just seeing the technology that they practice on, and it's basically how, where each planet is, where's the quickest way to get through here, different portals, where different portals are located, geographic stuff is what they're learning too. And how to quickly make decisions and how to interface with the technology. They use their brains. This is how we drive our ships. Okay. I guess maybe the last question. Are galactic beings able to detect a rise in collective frequency of Terrans? If so, how are we doing? He and his supervisor are talking. He's showing me planet Earth, and it looks like it's glowing. And he's showing me different portals all over planet Earth, and he's showing me energy going through the portals, and we do not use them for travel. They are different, interdimensional. Portals of source, portals of energy, that is all. And he's showing me they assist your planet in growth. They are there on purpose. He's showing me energy running through the planet, and basically it's rising in frequency, and he's showing me all the people on the planet and them rising in frequency, and it looks like we're glowing. It looks like we're glowing. He's bringing up the Starseed Envoy program, and he's bringing it up again, and he's saying, I'm just reading his mind because it's easier, because it's so much information, but basically the envoys are monitored, their spiritual development is monitored. This is also why they are watched from different members of the Federation. We watch some of you. You are doing very well. We encourage you. You have our greatest respect. Connect via the heart, not the head. He's just explaining like the reason why in the beginning of the video and the end of the video, they want me to explain this. I can explain this better. But a lot of people are trying to connect to galactic beings, or trying to connect to their star family, or trying to connect to whoever through the head, and it's confusing to people. And so because there's lots of different things going on in your brain, and then there's how to perceive energy, are two different things. Basically, there's the ego brain, and then there's the part of your brain that can process like extrasensory information from different realms. And the way that you differentiate between the two is through the heart. So that's why his supervisor and Val Nek really just have the message. instead of wondering what they're doing or how they're watching or whatever, or trying to connect with them through the head, try to connect through the heart. So yeah. He says, tell them they have our encouragement. We are watching closely. We are very proud. We walk alongside your people. We love them very much. We salute them. Okay. All right. I love you guys, and I'll be back with more videos.